Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through my secret glute workouts that I use to prime my glutes before my leg workouts. This is something that I do pretty much every leg session just to get my glutes activated and firing. So I will show you. First one, guys, you can do with or without bands. So it's our clam shells facing our feet together. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. For me personally, the best way, I really like to arch my butt. It's really going to pop that glute med out and give you that nice width. So what we do is we squeeze up nice and high and then we come back down and then really squeeze up nice and high. I'm not moving through the hips, there's no movement at all through anything here. It's just all through that glute med, squeezing up nice and high. If you don't have any bands, you want to add a bit more resistance, you can just use your hand to push down and squeeze and apply a little bit more resistance. Definitely do as many reps as you can, just make sure you keep it nice and even on both sides, and definitely do your weaker side first, because this is where you'll figure out if you have any uneven imbalances. Everyone does them differently, but for me this is the best way for activating my glute med through this exercise. So one of my main reasons that I really like to do this one is not only for balance through single leg exercises, but also it's amazing for that side glute pop, which just really sticks out. And yeah, it just looks really good, especially up on stage when you're hitting your transitions, even your side pose as well, so it really gets that activated and yeah, it just makes it stand out and really nice and defined. My next one, guys, is donkey kicks. This one is going to target a bit more of the lower glute and also that hamstring tie-in as well. So you can either go down on your elbows or up on your hands, whichever you're most comfortable with. We're going to go toes down, keeping our hips as still as possible. I'm going to really squeeze and pause at the top, coming down, making sure that glute is controlling it on the way down, and then squeezing on the way up. You can do this with or without bands again. Just make sure you're squeezing the muscle the whole entire time, activating it. I have like no band at all and I can really control that and just let my glute do the work the whole entire time. One of the mistakes that people make is they just kind of like kick and move and they move their hips. But we really want to keep that core tight, no movement through the hips, and just really squeeze up with that glute and keep that foot down. Toes pointed down, squeeze and pause the whole entire time and come back down. So that is my donkey kicks. Again, doing your weaker side first, just try and keep everything as nice and even as possible. Last one, guys, is a bit of a double combination. So same position as we were in before, but we're going to go leg out nice and straight. Again, keeping our core on tight and keeping it nice and still. Toes pointed down, we're going to squeeze up, pause at the top, and then come back down. Squeeze up, pause at the top, and then come back down, keeping that control the whole entire time. And I'll usually do about 20 reps here, and when I get to 20 I'll do some pulses, so just pulsing and squeezing at the top. And then using that same leg, what I'm going to do is now come out to the side more. So again, just targeting that glute med that little bit more. Squeezing out to the side, core on tight, keeping my hips as still as possible. And again, I'll do about 20 reps. And then when I get to that 20 reps, I'll do just some pulses, squeezing and squeezing. Again, just doing my weaker side first and keeping it nice and even. Another tip as well, if one side's feeling it more than the other, I will definitely do more reps on the weaker side. So just have a feel of what's, I guess, activating more, and make sure you're keeping them as, I guess, sore, as even as they can. Yeah. Otherwise, if you get to your 20 reps and you find it's getting easier, let's make it 30 or let's go 40.